totally ready. We just needed a little pick-me-up. I want to understand, how do you all define vulnerability?
So I'm first generation American, and I think at a young age, a lot of my energy as a child was focused on not standing out, on fitting in and doing the right thing. So I think it was difficult for me, you know, in my professional life, trying, you know, being okay with standing out as being vulnerable or having that risk.
Becoming a parent for the first time and experiencing postpartum depression completely leveled me. I mean, at home, at work, I was a mess. And it took becoming completely vulnerable to become strong again. That moment is really what turbocharged my recovery, but it also has been a pivotal moment for me in terms of the expectations that I put on myself to be perfect.
I can certainly relate to your story. Being Turkish, being Muslim, and being new in the country, it took me a while to learn how to be myself and take the risk and accept whatever comes out of it.
I had to give myself permission to be vulnerable. Does that make sense? Because I was bringing in my own internal preconceived notions, right?
Do you feel like you have expectations of yourself as a woman that are greater than or different than your male counterparts?
You know, I walk in a room or a meeting and I'm the only woman, or maybe I'm also the only person of color, and maybe a part of me does wonder, well, how do they perceive me, you know? But I just have to let it go.
As a white male, I represent the majority in the workplace. I think it's easier to get by without having to deal with that sort of thing. Like, I'm on the male ally group trying to be involved more with the women's BRG because I represent someone who can really be in exactly the right place to help other people feel where they can be much more vulnerable in front of everyone.
And from a leader standpoint, I feel that it's a responsibility now. I feel on my shoulders that I'm responsible to be vulnerable so I can lead others.
And from like a perspective of innovation, that freedom is what allows you to actually innovate. If you're just like, I have to come up with the right answer and I have to show my strength, that will force you into a very narrow box.
You have to be comfortable with some level of uncertainty to try something, fail, and try again. I want to leave people with one piece of advice. What do you think is the first step for people to take in embracing vulnerability in the workplace?
The first step is to realize that it is a risk, but it's a risk that you have to take. Risk is part of what helps you grow as an individual, and it's what's going to help your team.
For me, it's trust, maybe, or giving yourself permission to first trust yourself, and then to also trust the people in your environment.
Be willing to put yourself out there. You make it clear to them that you're willing to accept their vulnerabilities and asking even actively for them to do the same for you.
Take initiative, be proactive, and start the conversation. Don't wait for somebody else to start it, but initiate it. If you don't see others being vulnerable, initiate it. Be an example.